This right here, everybody, is antelope brush. This is Persea tridentata, variety glandulosa, a very large specimen. This one's probably hundreds of years old, and the name tridentata comes from the leaves having 3 lobes, roughly 3 lobes. Actually, a lot of these actually have more. Kind of like the sagebrush, Artemisia tridentata, has 3 lobes. But this one's variety glandulosa because the leaves are glandular. And these that I was looking at earlier on in the clip when I was walking by through here, this is desert almond. This is Prunus fasciculata, variety fasciculata. And the leaves are starting to change color as they're getting ready to go for their winter dormancy. Today is September 15th, 2019. And these guys are changing color earlier, probably as an adaptation to the extremely dry conditions this time of year. We are near Wrightwood in San Bernardino County. We're about an elevation of 5,050 to 5,100 feet. Angeles Crest Highway is just over in this direction. And nearest intersection is Desert Front Road. We're kind of poking around, my friend and I. And it's a beautiful woodland here. I know I've filmed a couple videos here already, but it's hard not to enjoy the absolute magic that is this area. We've got Areodictyon trichocalyx, variety trichocalyx. That's the Yerba Santa. Here's more Prunus fasciculata, variety fasciculata. You can see these are the actual fruits. These are drupes. They have this hard seed pits in them, just like a regular almond, but much, much smaller. Got a lot of this too. Yucca brevifolia, Joshua tree. There are lots of them around here. It's a very prime habitat for a lot of melding of pinyons and junipers. And here's Artemisia tridentata. I'm not sure. I think this is subspecies tridentata because this is kind of lower than the mountain sagebrush, which is subspecies vasiana. So I believe this is subspecies tridentata. Then we got the beautiful single-leaf pinyon right here, Pinus monophylla. It's our largest tree here. It's the largest tree in this area. And we got some more Yucca brevifolia right here. Lots of smaller, more stunted Joshua trees. But I know I've filmed a couple videos in this area. I did a spotlight on trees on the flannel bush Fremontodendron californicum, which there are several of them around here, but they're not nearly as numerous as these these desert almonds. Are crazy everywhere around here. And then we got a lot more Joshua trees and all these single-leaf pinyons. It's just a very wonderful area. There are spots of California junipers here too, so if you come around this area and poke around, you got a lot of Juniperus californica. Well, not a lot, but there are a few of them here and there. I'm trying to see if I could find one before the end of my video, but just wanted to show you the diversity of life in this semi-arid area that a lot of people would probably consider a wasteland, but I consider it an area of intense beauty. This is a species of ephedra. It's a gymnosperm, like a conifer. It's not closely related to the conifers, but it bears its seeds in cone-like structures as well. It does not produce flowers, and it does not produce fruit. But some taller Joshua trees. These might be Yucca brevifolia forma herberdii. That's what these might be. They don't get very large, very tall, but I believe some botanists recognize a form called Forma herbertii, Herbert's Joshua tree. That's what these might be. And then we got the drought deciduous long spine horsebrush, which is kind of scattered about here. This is Tetradimia axillaris variety longispina. Longispina meaning long spine, and they're very spiny. But yeah, this area has a very high diversity of shrubs. Here's a flannel bush I featured on a previous video. I shot it earlier today, But in case you haven't seen that video, this is Fremontodendron californicum. Since this is September, it's well past the flowering season, which is usually late spring, early summer. And that shrub comes alive with some huge, extremely showy flowers. We're walking through a little thicket of Joshua trees right here. I believe these are, don't quote me, but these might be Forma herbertii. So this might be Yucca brevifolia Forma herbertii. And it looks like we got ourselves a Gutierrezia saurothri, broom matchweed right here. Saurothri kind of deals with broom, kind of like the name broom, I believe. Let's see if I see a juniper, but there are some junipers closer to the road. We've kind of come a little ways in, exploring the area, trying to see what kind of interesting stuff we can get into. But, and that's looking over towards, that's East Table Mountain right there at 6,771 feet. Hoping to get back into hiking. It's been 4 weeks since I've been on a hike. We're not really hiking, we're driving around and poking around. But here's a California juniper right here. Let me see if I can get to it really quickly. So that would technically make this a Pinyon-Juniper woodland. As for that ephedra, I keep saying, I'm not sure what species that is. Could be nevadensis, could be viridis. But here's a Juniperus californica. There we are. There are a few of them scattered about here. Doesn't have cones on it, the blue berry-like cones, so I believe this is a male. But there are about 4 or 5 junipers in the area. California juniper is a lot shrubbier, a lot smaller in stature. Get up maybe about 30. Some specimens may exceptionally get up to about 40 feet or so, but it's more of a shrub, upright and multi-trunked, and with very narrow sprays. Sprays of twigs are very narrow. Other junipers tend to be a little thicker. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I have filmed in this area. I really find this area extremely attractive, and I wanted other people to see. There's some species of cholla right here. I'm not exactly what species this is. I don't know if this, I mean, this could be Cylindropuntia acanthocarpa. It could be, I don't think it's bigelovii. I don't think it's teddy bear cholla, but I'm not too sure. If anybody watching this knows what species of cholla this is, please send a comment telling me what species of cholla this is. I don't really have a lot of experience with chollas except for coast cholla and cane cholla, which are usually found more coastal and foothills. But this one, this might be Cylindropuntia acanthocarpa, but I can't be sure. But this is the wood. This is the xylem. This is the true wood. What happens is the branch will rot away, the flesh will dry up, and then you get this kind of skeleton-like structure. This is actually the wood structure. Just like the wood of a pinyon pine, just like the wood of a flannel bush, cacti form wood as well, like that. But their tissue is a lot different. But yeah, this is a fun area. I mean, I've been here a few times, probably at least 4 or 5 times already. And one thing that always stood out to me was the large size of the pinyons. There's some decent sized pinyon pines here. Some of them are closer to 50 feet tall. These ones are mostly about 35 to 40. But there are a few of them, especially near Desert Front Road, that are about 50 feet tall. So if you're ever on Angeles Crest Highway, you're heading towards Wrightwood, or you've passed Wrightwood coming from the west, you see a sign for Desert Front Road, pull over. There's a big turnout right by the intersection of Desert Front and Angeles Crest. It's on the desert. It's right immediately inside the Desert Front Road entrance. Across the turnout, there are a couple of mailboxes. There's a small community off in this direction. But yeah, this is an area of lots of intense botanical beauty. And of course, like I said, we keep looking at Joshua trees. And of course, we also have the small chaparral yuccas. These are chaparral yuccas right here. Hespero yucca whippley. And I believe this might be Forma caespitosa. It might be, because it pops at the base. So instead of having one rosette that'll send up a flower shoot and die after the flowers dry off, they form multiple rosettes. So the plant itself will reproduce from these pups and form multiple rosettes. But so each rosette that flowers, the individual rosette will die, but the whole plant is a clonal ring or a clone, and it'll continue. So this is it, Hespero yucca whippley. And again, this is one of the best examples of pinyon-juniper woodland I have ever visited, and I've been through quite a few of these. But it's right here, just a couple minutes west of Wrightwood along Angeles Crest Highway, CA2. So just come out here just to poke around. And before I go, there's a type of buckwheat that's very common around here. This is Eriogonum fasciculatum variety polifolium. This is Mojave buckwheat. So come out here, check it out. It's beautiful around here. And I'll see you on my next adventure.